What's the easiest way to make money using AI in 2025 if you're starting from zero? Now, before we get into it, I do want to make it super clear that there is no get rich quick or get rich easy. However, there is such a thing as get rich quicker or get rich easier. And as someone who's made over $1 million now through our software company Drippy AI, I'm going to share with you the top way that I would use AI to make money if I was starting from zero. Now, this revolves around one key basic skill called AI demand generation. Demand generation is essentially just getting people to want something. It's the art of making strangers curious enough to check out your product or service without begging, spamming, or chasing them. Now, there's obviously a ton of different ways to do this. For example, you can run ads, you can create content, but obviously these aren't the easiest to automate with AI, and they take a bunch of time and money. And based on my experience, the easiest, meaning the smartest, or where you have the most leverage way to make money through AI demand generation is through AI personalized outreach. Now let me explain. Imagine this. Instead of creating content every day or spending thousands of dollars a week on ads, you let AI do the legwork. First, it finds your ideal customers, then it writes messages that actually get replies, and then it sends out thousands of messages per day on complete autopilot. And no, this isn't about spamming people. It's about hyper personalized messages crafted by AI that actually start sales conversations that then turn into leads, and leads that turn into cash in your pocket. And the reason I know it works is we used it to scale Drippy from zero to over $1 million in revenue, all without being famous, without a big audience, and without running a single ad. Now, what's cool about this too is that once you learn this skill, there's an infinite amount of ways to make money from this. For example, you can grow your own business if you already have one, or you can grow other people's businesses and at the same time grow your own as you get results for your clients. Say, for example, if you started an AI lead gen agency. And the agency model is actually what most of the people you see online today started with, so it's definitely a great way to start off your business journey. Now, if I were starting from zero today, this is how I'd get everything set up and running to hit 10K within the next couple months. So first, I would select an outreach channel. There's a bunch of different ones, but the most effective today based off of our testing are these. Number one, we got Twitter or X outreach. Number two, we have the old trusty cold email. Number three, we have LinkedIn. And then number four, we have Instagram outreach. Facebook outreach will also work. However, it's very, very niche dependent. Now, in this case, I'll walk you through how to get things set up for Twitter outreach because it's where we've gotten the best results from. You can send out a ton of volume, it's very low cost, and there's not a ton of competition, making it a perfect platform to start on. Now, obviously you don't need to automate anything whenever you're doing outreach, but it makes everything 1,000 times easier and you won't hate your life for sending manual messages all day. So in this case, we'll walk through how to set things up for Twitter outreach on Drippy.ai, but the principles you'll learn here today apply to any other platform and any other outreach channel. So step number one is you need to pick a niche. Doesn't matter what it is, just pick an industry you love and that you'd enjoy working with. Step number two is scraping leads. Now that we know what niche we want to service, we need to build a targeted list of potential buyers. This is where you can start using tools like Drippy, Clay, Apollo, or LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Drippy makes this super easy because all you need to do is figure out who your ICP follows on Twitter, you add them to the lead scraper, and then you let AI take care of everything else. Step number three is to reach out to them. Now that we picked a niche and actually have leads ready to go, we need to figure out how we're going to message them. Ideally, you want to provide some sort of value up front to differentiate yourself from every other person in your space. My motto and what I encourage everyone to do is to first provide value and then pitch a call. For example, if you're starting an AI lead generation service, you could send something like this. And you'll notice we use a bunch of AI in this message. So for example, here we're saying, hey, first name, I put together a list of 1,000, and then we're using AI to name drop exactly who their ICP is. And then we're saying who might be interested in, and then again, we're using AI to look into the prospect's website to determine what service they're providing. And then we're saying, cool, if I send it over on the house, totally free, no strings attached. We're using a little bit of spin tax there. So essentially we're letting people know like, hey, I just put together a list of 1,000 people that fit your exact ICP that are interested in your exact service. Can I shoot it over for completely free? Right? That's what we're saying. And so that makes it a super valuable offer, and it's super easy for people to say yes. And this works extremely well. Now, this specific script is obviously if you're giving people leads, but you could also do it for building a campaign. Maybe you can do it for scripts. There's literally an infinite amount of different lead magnets that you can come up with to build good messages. But at the end of the day, you just want to be doing whatever you can. You want to be crafting different offers and testing all these different offers against each other to see what makes it easiest for you to get your foot in the door. And before you start sending out any message, just ask yourself this question: if I were my target audience, would I reply to this DM? If the answer is yes, then go ahead and start your automation. If the answer is no, then go back to the drawing board and come up with something that you'd actually reply to. Another way of doing this is something along the lines of, hey, I'm just getting started with my first startup. I can help you fix XYZ specific problem completely free of charge. Can I send over more details? Once they reply, you can shoot over a quick Loom video, a quick strategy Loom video, just something going over exactly what you do and explaining why it's free. On that video, I'd probably talk about how if they enjoyed the service, if they found it valuable, how you'd really appreciate it if they could hop on a quick client interview that you can then leverage to sign clients that would actually pay you. All right, so now that we have our niche, we have our scripts, and we have our message, we can actually set up an automation on Drippy. Now, if you didn't use Drippy to scrape leads earlier, click the first link down below in the description for you to start your 7-day free trial so you can try it out for completely free. Once you're inside of the platform, go ahead and hit automations on the left-hand side. Again, if you haven't scraped leads, just hit leads, new lead source, and then scrape leads that way like we showed earlier in this video. But if you have that all ready to go, just go ahead and hit automations, add new, select Cold DM 2.0, hit next. You can select the lead source that you just uploaded. Hit next once again, select script personalizer so that AI can enhance our scripts like I showed before. Then you want to give the AI a bit of context on what it is that you do and how you help clients. Next, we're going to paste in our script. I'm personally using the one I told you about earlier. Then for settings, you just want to make sure all the AI features are actually turned on. And for this one, I'm also going to turn on split messages. You can add a message variant if you'd like. If you want to A/B test a couple different scripts, you can add follow-ups. For the most part, I either do one follow-up or no follow-ups just to prioritize new leads. Then I'm going to set up the automation to be sending out 10 messages per hour, and I'm going to select these advanced settings on screen. And then there you go. You just give your automation a name, so we're going to call this Demo YT. You select your sending account. I'm going to select my personal account. You hit create, and then you are on your way to sending messages. And that's it. That is the easiest way to make money with AI starting from zero. And I'll leave you with this video where I walk through what Alex Hormozi has to say about outreach. I'll see you there.